we'll have workshops to talk about the divide between elders and youth. And we all go to the workshop and we listen to a speaker, and then we go home and we might feel somewhat energized for a bit of time, but then we go back to our habits, right? What's an alternative way of actually breaking down those silos between our families or within our families?
Maybe in that actual workshop, get like people to sign up and like have the speaker or organizers follow up on those, on the people that are willing to actually step up and do something about it. So like follow up.
One of the things we can also be doing is looking at activities that our community can engage in, right? So if we're talking about an issue like, tension between parents and kids, right? One of the ways you can approach that is completely indirectly, right? So instead of parents and kids talking about their issues in front of a big group, maybe they're building something together with a community. And that way they're engaging with elders in a positive way, they're interacting with other youth, and we're creating a multi-tiered generational environment for doing things, right? And it doesn't take much, right? You say, we're going to get 12 brothers and sisters and their parents, grandkids, or whatever, right? And we're going to volunteer at Habitat for Humanity, or we're going to volunteer at some other organization, right? And that gets to some of the issues about us being represented in the broader community, gets to some of the issues about tensions within our families, it gets to some of the issues about building leadership in our community because it's exposing us to models that are already positive and well established. Right? But what are some of the other things that we want to achieve?
I guess more presence just in the local community. Just as Muslims being, as the sister mentioned, just having a little bit more of a footmark or footprint.
Presence is a good job.
I was just going, but anyways, doing stuff just for fun. Most of the stuff we do has to have a purpose or several purposes. And I think the bonds that you're talking about, like, only get built through shared experience, which is why we have all these different communities. And I think I don't think you make that artificially by doing something with that purpose. You just have to have people having fun together in a formal setting.
Yeah. I think like whenever you have food, people are more social, people will naturally tend to have more fun, right? And it doesn't have to have an agenda, right? We can achieve a lot of these things by just having people and having opportunities for people to talk in different groups, right? So we're talking about presence, but
along the same lines, which I would think is a lot of the elders have a lot of life experience and things that they do that we don't do in our generations or in the generations they come after, like gardening or carpentry or things, skills that they acquired that we generally don't utilize that much. We just learn one thing and that's about it. So maybe we could do something where they teach us something, and that'll be a form of ta'aruf or getting to know the elders and utilizing their skills.
some more mentorship opportunities. These are things that are all really doable within the next 6 months, right? We can all see how we might create one of these things, right? So now, as a group, one of the things we can do is we can say, let's look at these things, which one of them interests us the most, right? And we can do this informally, and it's not that, if one idea gets voted up higher, that it would, mean that we don't do the other ideas. We're just starting by thinking about which one do we want to start with first. So just reading this list, which one of these ones jumps out to people as something that, A, they would like to really do. And that's really important. It has to be something that you want to do. And that, you can follow through with. So of these things here, like, we're talking about Jummah food, we're talking about kids activities, we're talking about mentorship opportunities, some of the things that we're wanting to ensure is that, they're fun, that we follow up with them, that they're, multi-generational, right? But, we have like Jummah food, we have kids activities, and we have mentorship opportunities, which is one we can follow up on. Okay, that's good. Okay. So how do we go about doing that?
I guess getting getting in touch with like the MSA and bringing it to their table and giving them the idea and see, you know, how they can help or how we can help them to reach the goal.
Okay, that's good. What else?
Fundraising maybe?
Fundraising needs to be done.
Marketing food, yeah.
Someone needs to like, you know, work on the menu as well. And that's important. So one of the steps I skipped was asking people for their names. So sorry, what was your name?
My name's Tanya.
Tanya?
Yeah.
Okay, so Tanya, would you like to talk to the MSA about this?
Sure.
Excellent, that's good. And would you like to help with the fundraising? Is that your name?
Sure. Vivi.
Phoebe. Okay, so we have and I'll probably butcher the spelling, but Tania?
Yeah.
Okay, and Phoebe?
Yeah. Beevee.
Beevee. Okay. So who else can help with this?
Okay, marketing?
Oh, I'm sorry, your name?
Susan.
S-U-Z.
Selma.
Susan. Okay. Who else? We need to have some like brothers somewhere on there. Alright,
Yeah,
Mom?
I can maybe talk to some places that can donate food.
Is this gonna happen in is this gonna really happen?
This is gonna happen. You guys have to do it now.
Is
Right?
it gonna happen on like
What's our
Wednesday
timeline?
or?
When do we want to have this done by? Do we want this by April? Is that
Yeah, probably a month from now, yeah.
so that seems pretty doable, right? So
I know earlier, sounds good.
A month from now, is that okay? Cause April's
oh, we can do the end of
exam
March?
week, right? Yeah.
End of March then?
Cause April time is like classes end, right?
Yeah. April 10th.
How often do you want to have it?
How often?
Yeah.
Just do one first.
You know, like if you've done once,
And
if
then
you've done
it'll be
one,
easier,
you can
right?
you know,
Yeah.
you can really understand what it takes to do 20, right? So what else? Who else can participate and help? What way?
Do we have to like book a room to?
So that's facility. I think that has
Oh,
to be done,
okay.
right? So
So is this for the U of A?
do we want to start with the U of A?
Well, maybe we should know where we're starting.
Yeah. So we'll start here with, you know,
Okay.
this university community. We can move, right? And basically what we're learning through this process is